Welcome to Hawaii!
Welcome to Hawaii!
So that summer we had gone on a tour of a bunch of national parks. We headed west, and so you can watch that series. Make sure you check it out. But it was all because of Elliot was in 4th grade, had just finished his 4th grade year.
Thanks, Elliot!
Thanks, Elliot!
Thanks, Elliot!
Thanks, Elliot!
Stop saying thank you!
We got back from our national parks road trip on a Friday, and by Monday we were actually in a plane heading to Honolulu. So at the time my sister was living on Oahu in Honolulu, and so we decided to go visit her, and the first few days then we got there we just kind of chilled and relaxed.
Target in Honolulu because honestly we kind of can't help ourselves when it comes to Target.
The apartment had a pool. No one was at the pool when we were there because it was pouring outside.
We're from Minnesota. It doesn't have to be very nice weather to impress us.
After exploring Honolulu a little bit, the first couple days, we actually hopped on another plane. We went over to the island of Hawaii. The National Parks does something where they give a free pass to the 4th grader and the entire family. And so we got into all those national parks for free. So when we went to Hawaii, we're like,
Volcanoes!
Yeah.
Sorry, go back. Another Target in Hawaii. Kind of can't help ourselves. There goes Matt.
We stopped at the Thurston lava tube, which is like this tunnel cave type thing.
I liked Thurston from Gilligan's Island. He was interesting.
I'm Thurston Howell III. Anyone care to top that?
As a kid, did you find Gilligan's Island extremely frustrating?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
So the lava tube was our first stop. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's about 500 feet. Quinn did not tell me any of his thoughts. And now we're on to the crater rim overlook.
I remember looking out a lot.
I looked out.
I like to look
so
out.
Cool.
Didn't we see like a tiny bit of smoke?
There's a little bit of smoke. It was inactive and then it just started erupting in the last 60 days and it actually just stopped on March 7th.
The lava rock was really cool. I liked it.
It was very sharp.
Sharp. It
really
was
sharp.
really
Like,
sharp.
the rocks were super sharp.
It looks smooth and has these like shapes to it where you think like, ooh, that's nice. And then you touch it and you're like, no, that's not nice.
I don't know if you guys remember, but the sea arch was actually cliff's edge was closed or something.
We kept like trying to follow the shoreline and then just look every once in a while like, does that cliff look like an arch to you? Until we finally found it.
Yeah, it was kind of fun being able to check that national parks off of our list.
Yeah, that's one I don't think we expected to ever be able to cross off our list. We're at Volcano,
Wait, wasn't Sally telling you?
some kind of restaurant. Canyon Bar and Grill. He's eating a burger. Quinn's got fish and chips. Matt's on fish and chips. Same with Tay. This is the Loco Moco. Elliot and I loved it. I think, did you like it too?
It was, yeah, I didn't mind it.
I
Matt didn't mind it. Quinn did not love it.
A couple other things that we did. We visited, there's a park that is called Rainbow Falls, which is really pretty.
Yeah.
If you go at the right time of day, you can actually see the rainbow in the waterfall, but
We didn't. Okay, so we stayed at this Airbnb. It's cool, and I can't describe how good it smells out here with all the flowers. The air is just perfumed with everything good, like wetness and flowers and foliage. It smells good. E, what do you think?
Smells good.
so there's a bunch of beaches in Hilo, and so the one that we stopped at was Richardson Ocean Park. It was very rocky.
It hurt my feet.
I got a cut.
So did I. Tore my toenail.
We tried the main beach at first, and it was pretty crowded, so we just kind of ventured off to the side.
It was like tide pools.
Tide pools, yeah, and there was like sea turtles there, and
Fish.
yeah.
Oh, didn't we saw crabs?
Oh, yeah.
Like a
Yeah.
ton of crabs.
Yeah.
And it was cool. The sea turtles got really close, but we just respectfully kept our distance from them.
Yeah, and we kind of let the tide kind of told us when to leave.
Yep, it sure did. We went to a chocolate shop there.
Hot chocolate in
The
Hawaii?
boys got a chocolate drink. It's good, and I like it.
We just spent the weekend in Hilo, and then we flew back to Honolulu.
I did get bit by something when we were on the Big Island, and I actually got really sick. So for the rest of this trip, I I went to most of the things, but I felt really, really awful. But being in Hawaii, it was worth powering through to see those gorgeous beaches.
Some of the ones that we went to and we enjoyed were Ala Moana, which is right by my sister's place. So we went there quite a few times.
Love that one.
I'm usually like a total sissy, these guys know, like when it comes to water, and like getting into water is usually cold.
If any of you watched me having to retrieve my cell phone from the glacial water in Rocky Mountain National Park, Matt did not offer to go in and get that for me.
But Hawaii was like, you just walk right in.
Who's the other baby?
Yeah.
Who's the other babe?
As you can see, we're at a beautiful beach. Time to swim.
You did not see my struggle there. I struggled. Oh, I struggled.
There was one across the island that we went to that was called Kailua.
But it was like there was like this ginormous rock thing. Like it was like, if this is like your height, it was like about this big and people climbed up on it.
People jumped off the rock.
And it for sure was a really popular place. It was hard to find parking, but we ended up getting parking, right?
Yeah, it hurt even walking on sand. It was so excruciating, just because I had such bad inflammation from the virus. But we found a spot and settled in, and it turned out it was the path of the kayakers. And so we decided maybe we should find a better place. And we moved closer to that rock that people were jumping from.
The other beach that we went to was on the other side of Waikiki, and it was over by the zoo. That was Queens Beach. And it's funny, when we were there, it was actually raining. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Yeah.
And it had a ton of coral.
That's the one where the bird pooped on my sunglasses.
And didn't you, who got cut there?
Me.
Quinn.
I got coral sharper than you think.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Let's go like restaurants that we liked.
We went to Basalt, where we got this beauty. It's a charcoal pancake. It was amazing. I don't know if you could hear that over Quinn's angel noises.
We loved Hank's hot dogs.
Yeah, that was so good.
Thanks.
What was the drink?
It was a pineapple something.
It was so good.
Then we went to Over Easy, which was a really good breakfast place.
Yeah, I loved that one. Do you remember what you got?
I think you got French toast.
Everything we had was fantastic.
We went a couple times to Uncle Clay's
House of Pure
Aloha.
They have shave ice. It's so good.
There are a lot of shave ice options, but we chose this one because we saw it on Somebody Feed Phil, and we thought, how many times are we gonna get to go to one of these places he's featuring?
One of the days we went to Pearl Harbor. Now there are different parts to explore. USS Arizona is part of the National Monument there, and that is all free. So what we did is we made the reservations. My sister was at work during the day, and so we explored the other parts, which you have to pay for. And I think we all kind of agreed it was definitely worth it. You get to explore the USS Missouri. It's most famous for the ship where the Japanese signed the surrendering documents.
You look outside of it and you're like, this can't really have that much stuff. But when you go in, like you feel like you can't get out.
Endless passageways and rooms and everything.
Like a cult.
But you can get out.
Yeah, you can get out. Unlike a cult, you can get out.
So there's a lot of history with the USS Missouri, and actually we're gonna create another time travel video that's related to that with a super funny part of the signing of the surrender documents that you don't want to miss.
Spoiler alert, way to go Canada.
What was it?
So after the USS Missouri, there's actually a bus that kind of takes you around all these places. We went to the Aviation Museum, which was pretty sweet.
It was really cool to see helicopters.
And they also had like a simulator that you guys tried out. From the Aviation Museum, we headed back to the Pacific Fleet Submarine Museum. And there's a lot of cool things you can learn in the museum itself, but what I loved most is that you actually got to go on the USS Bowfin, which is the submarine sitting in the harbor. So Beth finished work and then met up with us, and then at that point we got on the boat to head out to the USS Arizona Memorial, which is just really moving. It's weird to think that like that's right where the boat sank, and so effectively it's a grave. And they say too, like, to this day, there's still like oil that's leaking from the ship itself.
Being at Pearl Harbor reminded me a lot of like when Matt and I were in New York City and we went to the site where the two towers had fallen. It just has that same like solemn feeling to it.
During the trip, we were actually finishing up a mini documentary. We also had another shoot in Kenya that I got to go to. And so I actually left Honolulu and flew to Nairobi.
Once Matt was gone, we did a few things, like we did a few repeats. We went to the beach by his sister's place. We went to the pool.
Shave ice.
We got more shave ice. And we kept eating at really fantastic restaurants. And then we went to the Dole Plantation that was close to it.
The Dole Plantation was amazing. We got to go through a maze and it was really fun.
It was amazing.
And at the Dole Plantation, like always when we can, we got...
Aren't they cute though? They're so cute.
So mostly we just relaxed, but there's a ton of other stuff. Like we didn't even get to the zoo and other places that you can, or hop to other islands.
Yeah. Yeah, and we want to do a luau, but I really want to do like a locals luau. I think that would be cool. Because it's a celebration of things, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I want to do that. So if there are any locals who want to invite us for a luau, we're in.
With a new National Parks adventure because Quinn is in 4th grade.
Yeah! Thank you, Quinn!
Coming your way starting in June.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe and click the bell, and we'll see you next time. That's a wrap.
Thanks for watching!
Adios. Now I can find you outside. Shove down on water.
Thanks for watching.